Hi everyone, I'm Coco Tsai, the candidate of 2018 presidential elections. I can't believe what I just said. Worried about my GPA and my liver the next semester, still, here I am trying to deliver my campaign speech. Never. I'm sorry. Never in my wildest dream that I could possibly be the leader of NTUTM, especially after seeing Bob killing every meeting with his perfect English. I joined this club almost 1 year ago solely because of my passion for English. However, I have to admit that I was the kind of member who worries the officers the most. I was often absent, and my excuse was always midterms. I didn't lie though. As a result, the last semester was a blur. Fortunately, I was asked to be the EVP deputy by Carlos. And it happens that I'm very bad at refusing others. So the rest is history. Being an EVP deputy was a turning point for me. I got to work behind the scenes and realized that even a simply mindless game session takes 1 to 2 weeks from brainstorming to consolidating the ideas. Sometimes, the task itself was not particularly time-consuming. It was our unstated consensus that drives us to optimize it again and again, hoping for a memorable meeting. We are not just a bunch of people with diverse backgrounds. We are in one team that boasts versatility due to our differences. The turning point has made me a bad person, and it is also the reason why I'm standing here. Now here comes the chapter 2. Take it up a notch. Our club has improved so much this semester, and I believe that this has reflected on our increasing number of members and the positive feedback from everyone. We are well on the way of returning to glory.
Yes, return to glory!
However, we can still make some small changes to take it up a notch. Here is my vision of NTUTM. As you can see, learning and socializing are the 2 main pillars of the club. The foundation of all is the efficiency. Even though we have become way more efficient than ever, there's room for improvement. I hope that the 3 VP teams cooperate with each other to work our way toward the ultimate goal, quality over quantity. To illustrate my points, let's start with our foundation, efficiency. Our first priority is to go back home. Looks like heaven, right? Looks like heaven, and it's shining.
Oh, so missing.
I promise you that I will get ahead of the game during summer vacation. Once we go back to our home, we can definitely save much time on transportation.
Yeah.
Aiming for a highly efficient manpower distribution. And we have Plan A. And we have Plan A, which is on the assumption that we are finally settled, which means we are at home. But we still need to prepare for the worst, so we have Plan B. Whether it's Plan A or Plan B, one thing is in common. We want to make the most out of our manpower by adding a new job called Google Ambassador. For the time being, and we'll discuss the name later if you don't like it. What is it? Simply put, it is like a caregiver. However, advocating our club to the newcomers and other members is also included in this job. So I use the word ambassador. During every meeting, we expect to have 3 to 4 goodwill ambassadors to chat with the newcomers and those who are shy. They are supposed to create a sense of belonging for everyone. And of course, this new job will be reported in our Google Sheet. The rest of the officers should finish Changbu as soon as possible and then assist the ambassadors on that day. With this, we can prevent the members from being left hanging due to our occasional laziness. But what about Plan B? From my own observation, we only need at most 3 people to go to Earthwall and move the stuff. The rest of the officers should arrive at a specific location earlier and do their own jobs on that day, including Google investors mentioned a while ago. To successfully carry out this policy, we have to first make sure that every officer is familiar with how to shampoo, so they can finish it with highest efficiency using less manpower. Thus, 干训 is very important because Emmy and I have developed a rare skill, which we can carry the equipment all the way to the other side of campus. It's necessary to pass down the skill to other officers, unless our meetings can be held right at Earthwall. Or we can just buy this.
Oh, that's good.
Good investment. No more magic fingers. Instead, we'll use the online lot drawing system to randomly choose the speakers during the table topic session. So it's essential for the receptionist to enter all the names into the system, except for the officer who have a job on that day. I believe it will be much more exciting and efficient than awkwardly asking for volunteers again and again. After an extensive discussion with 3 VPs, we have arrived at a conclusion that we won't add back the writing session, 7, and we will make the table topic session about 5 minutes longer, trying to let most of the members take the stage. Those who have come on stage during demo meetings are also more likely to stay and join our club in the future. Yeah, this is our online lot drawing system. Yes. No more delay. (6:30). This is the scheduled time to start our meeting. And I know things could be quite unpredictable and it's hard to achieve this goal. But we still need to continue working on this, and the officers should set up good examples as well. Let's move on to our 2 main pillars of the club, learning and socializing. I think we have done a fantastic job on finding a sweet spot between them this semester, but we can take a step further. I believe the most appealing part of the language is not itself, but the messages it conveyed. So, we decided to have more interesting and insightful workshops next semester. To guarantee a rewarding learning experience, we'll invite skilled speakers from other clubs, so stay tuned. This semester we have 3 joint theme meetings, and we are grateful that they were willing to come all the way to NTU. Now, it's time to return the favor. By visiting other clubs more frequently, we can create a win-win situation where more vacancies of conditions and prepared speeches are available, which will be able to make up those who will lose due to the joint theme meetings. Here, I have to ask 3 new VPs, and especially parents-to-be of the 3 families, to constantly remind the club members of the importance of visiting other clubs. And of course, our teams, including myself, will take the lead. Additionally, I hope we not just visit the TM in colleges, but go to the more formal ones. For example, YMCA or other TM clubs who are members of society. And now, let's welcome Stephen Chen to tell us more about the activities next semester.
From our lab, they all have a regular meeting, but in NTU Toastmasters, it seldom have the regular meeting because we have so many special events. Yeah, if you have joined this semester, last semester, you will find out we have so many events. We will cooperate with the other school. We'll have a Christmas party with the other. We'll have a Halloween party with the other. But right now, I will give you the two events that we are going to have in the next semester. The first is this event we call it to escape from the chamber. Does anyone doesn't understand what does escape from the chamber mean? No one? Okay, I think you all know that. Okay, escape from the chamber is a large interactive game. People can play the game together. And in my experience, how to play this game in Toastmasters? Of course, during this event, we all use it in English. Okay, first, for instance, if we have 40 people in here, and I will separate into the 4 groups, and every group has 10 people. And it means we will have 4 stories in this room. And every story are different. It means you will experience the one story one time. And let me introduce to you how this game is going on. Okay, for this, you can see there is a box and the password lock. So the first mission, at the beginning, we will tell you a story. Maybe a rich man was being murdered by someone and he leave a person here. If you can solve the pause and you can get his money, yeah, that's something like this. Yeah, but most important is now you see the box and you see the password lock. How do you unlock it? The tip is just inside this picture. Did you see those 4 pictures? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the tip. Can you understand what is the tip? Relationship between the picture and the password? I can tell you. The tip is the number of the person in that picture. Did you see that? Okay. And then the first scenario is on the living room. And if you unlock the box, and then you will take 1 key and then go to another room to deal with another puzzle. Also, you can see that this key is a key we found out in the last stage, so now we can unlock it and find the right answer. Yeah, that is how we play to escape from the chamber. And I will promise to you, we will have a very interesting story on the next semester. So please be sure to join us. And the next is about the swing dance. Swing dance is a kind of social dance which needs 1 man and 1 woman to dance together. It's a very common social dance in the United States. But actually, we have already do this event for 2 semesters. So someone told me that we all teach the same action. That is a little boring to do the same action in the swing dance. So next semester, I'm going to teach you a totally new, advanced new lesson, because right now I spend my time and money to learn the swing dance. So I will going to teach you the new one. So let's see you. If you learn a new skill, how you can do the swing dance. Please be aware, please be look at. This is an advanced lesson you can do. Okay, did you notice the new scale you haven't seen it? Did you notice the flying dress in the video? That is very easy, never hard. I will teach you in 50 seconds, and you will be the one who can dance like in the video. So if you want to join the swing dance, please be sure to join to Toastmasters next semester. Thank you. And I will get my control back to Coco.
Thank you, Stephen. Here is the chapter 3, my hope. Considering the limited manpower, we should always take the effectiveness into account and make the most out of every activity. Hopefully, we can live up to our ultimate goal, quality over quantity. I want our club not to be a high GI white toast, but nutritiously dense whole wheat one that can make you happy, healthy for a lifetime. Thank you.
About the ambassadors, but I'm wondering how you will motivate those who may be responsible for this job. Because during the past experience and seeing many semesters, we all wanted to motivate our club members, our officers to do this, but actually no one will do. And mostly if they did, then it will not be longer. It can sustain for many periods. So I wonder how you will motivate them and to make sure this will continue for a semester or even longer. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's a good question. And actually, we have a lot of new members this semester, and they are really enthusiastic to my surprise. Yeah, we have a very strong team now. And I believe they will be very engaged during the meeting. And from my own observation during the intermission day, I noticed that a lot of officers are very willing to go to the newcomers in this meeting and chat with them. And I just talked with Amy during the intermission. I just asked her to go with me because I noticed that someone is left hanging on there and folding their smartphones. And I said, Amy, why not just chat with them? Let's go, because I noticed some foreigners there. And suddenly, when I walked over there, and we just noticed that a lot of officers are already there. They are chatting with that person. So we can just go back and find our other person to chat with. But it turns out that everyone is chatting very happily with each other. So, this is a very positive change during this semester, thanks to the very enthusiastic members here. And to motivate them to continue doing this is to create a sense of belonging and to let them know that the goal of our club is communication, is to make friends, to create new opportunities, to share with people from different backgrounds. And this is the spirit of Toastmasters. And I think by continue reminding them of this main idea, this main spirit, they will know as an officer especially, they should take on this job willingly and continue doing this to make other members to feel like they are at home. And I have to say that, of course, I'm not a smart person, but I'm a person who are willing to listen to other people's advice. And I believe during this semester, I really have a very strong team. And I believe that with the cooperation with them, I can work our way toward this ultimate goal. Thank you. And I hope I have replied your question.
Thank you for your question. Anybody else? Anybody else? Carlos, please.
I want to ask about car visit.
Oh,
And okay, sorry. And because according to my experience, the number of there was not many people want to not maybe not just want to maybe not many people went to club other club to visit our club. Even though officer even to visit. So do you have any ideas to encourage this?
well, first, I think that we can actually add another column in our policy, which is visiting other clubs. You know, we have to force the members to visit other clubs, and I will record the times on the policy. But later, after some discussion with the new VPs, well, I think this is a little bit inhumane. Yeah, because you just can't force other people to do something because you want to carry out a policy. And what if they have their own things to do? For example, like I myself is a student, and what if I have a very early class, like at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and how can I go to another club, for example, very far away from NTU at night, and come back with a very exhausting body? And I still need to wake up very early in the morning tomorrow. So that's why I said it's inhumane. And to solve this problem, first, of course, I will remind the officers to ask as many members as possible to join this activity. But you know, this kind of thing is 可遇不可求. I don't know how to say in English, but this is the truth. A lot of things in this club is 可遇不可求 because club is just one part of our college life. This is not all of our life, you know. We have other things to deal with. So I think as a president, hopefully, and as the officers of NTUTM, our obligation is to encourage the members, not to force them, because we have to create a very friendly environment for everybody to learn English, not to let them to feel very stressed out, you know. And I was, of course, discussed with the new VPs, and I hope we'll find a proper solution to this problem. Thank you.
Okay, John, please.
No. I have two questions. Number one is I want to know who the vice presidents are you have right now,
Yeah.
and then how many deputies you have so far. And the second one is you say you don't want the meeting to start later than 6:30. You want no delay for your presidency. I'm just trying to tell you that's not gonna happen because to have a vision like this is very great, it's good, but we all have our vision. We all name our policy like this in our presidential election speech. We all say, I don't want delay in my meeting, but shit happens. So I want to, because I'm very impressed by your how should I say? 决心怎么样？ Determination and your courage right now and so far. I want to know the exact policy, the exact method of how to avoid being start later than 6:30.
So to answer the first question, which is
The name
Simple.
of the vice president.
right, which is the simpler one.
Okay.
So, of course, 3 VPs, and I have our PR VP, Emmy, Herbert, and EVP, Kevin Zhen. And about our deputies, should I say?
No, just how many deputies?
Oh,
you
how
have?
many?
Yeah.
We have 3 deputies in PR and M, and 4 deputies, hopefully, in EVP. Yeah, because I haven't got the reply from one of the 2 candidates.
Are you continuing recruiting the deputies
EVP deputy.
only for EVP?
Yes.
So 3 for PR is enough for you. Okay, perfect. So my question number 2.
Okay, your question number 2 about the delay, and I think this kind of accident happened today, right? Yeah, because we started our meeting like definitely past 6:30, I believe. And
It's supposed to start at 6:40 actually, in our agenda. It's-
6:40.
Yeah, 6:30
okay.
is for the
Reception. I'm sorry, 6:40. So maybe it will be a little bit easier than 6:30, but because we have a lot of members who are from other campuses, they are not NTU students. So I think this problem has become very serious now. And as an officer and as a president of the club, the only thing I can do is to provide sufficient information about our location, And I think about the delay, why we are often late during the meeting is because this matter is very special. We have to wander around every time. We have different locations every time. And so that's why I said going back to our home, Erhuo, is our first priority because once that is solved, everything can be solved. Most of the things can be solved. Yeah. So I also provided Plan B, which is for the worst one, which means that will be still wandering around next semester, and this problem will continue. So for that case, as officers, we should provide sufficient information of the classroom, of the locations every time on Facebook, and try our best to contact to every members to remind them of the exact location that they should come tomorrow, and we'll try our best. Thank you.
Thank you. We have pause for the Q&A section, so no more questions are accepted beyond this point. Right now, we are going to have 3 minutes of silence and consideration. 3 minutes of silence and consideration. The time starts now.